All right. Welcome in, friends. Let's switch on over here. Oh, shit. I didn't rearrange anybody.
Am I Kane?
No, you and Temin are fine.
Ooh! Oh, I thought you said I was Temin. I was gonna be like, watch out.
Wait, what in the world?
You big boy.
Oh no, everything got fucked up now.
Why
I
are
am
you
little
fucking up?
Phoebe now.
You're... I'm the TM! Oh, you bitches are mine.
You have the power.
What is happening here? Alright, who goes where? Kelp, you go
We're playing
there.
musical screens right now, guys, so just
I've
hang on.
successfully... Remember how I
Temin and
hacked the
Co.
Xavier
Hold on.
stream last game? It worked.
There we go.
Yeah.
Alright, alright. We did it. We did it. Perfect. Well, welcome in, everybody. You're breathtaking. Welcome back to Fancie's Fables, End of Eras. We are currently on episode 21 with this wonderful party.
And YouTube's still on 13.
Yeah!
It's okay, guys. It's okay.
I will pay $50 for somebody to edit the last 8 videos.
Oh wow, we that far ahead?
50 big ones, alright?
Make me a level 20 druid, I'll do it.
No. So,
B-I-W-G.
before we get to our recap, we're going to start with a question like we do. And the question this week is, what is your character's current goal? A lot of things have happened recently. The future seems a little uncertain. But as of right now, with the information you all have, what is your character's goal?
Save the world.
Save the world!
Yeah, just kind of carry out, you know, the path of chosen, whatever Eldath has planned for young Phoebe in the Bookmeister, you know? Be there. Save the world. Save lives.
I don't know why, but the way you explain that, I imagine like, sup, I'm Phoebe, the Chosen.
Chosen?
You know, when the sunglasses float down, that's Phoebe.
Thug life.
Don't do it. Don't do it.
Oh god, she did it.
Oh!
She did it. She did it.
So cool.
Phoebe of the Chosen?
So cool for us, guys. Oh my god.
Okay, alright. Awaiting your orders as the Chosen. Makes sense. Anything else? Any sub goals?
Dude, no, that's her priority right now. That's like, would she like to go home? Yeah, but that's not her goal right now. Right now, in front of her, she's not gonna waste, you know, being chosen. She's gonna live up to the name, live up to her mom's expectations, get to where she's wanted to be.
So, like, if you are adventuring with your party, and then Eldath shows up and is like, yo, Phoebster, I need you to go to such place and not hurt anybody.
Bingo, bango, bongo, on the money.
Good to
My
know.
good Eldath, my
Good
good
to know.
woman.
My good woman. My lady.
Eldath is probably
I'll remember
smoking.
that. I'll remember that. Okay, that suffices. Thank you, Phoebster. You may exit stage left.
Thank you, thank you.
All right, who's next?
Following up on the Phoebster, you have Mr.
You
Kevin. And his divine goal right now is to help the Chosen!
So much hype.
But yes, his goal is to help his friends, Kane, to carry on with his duties as a champion, help Phoebe do whatever it is she needs to, and if she will not raise arms, then he will do so in her place and layeth down the smacketh, because that is what he does. And his own goals, well, it is, after finally making peace, it is now to finally explore what his own meaning to life will be. And that is, at least in the interim, I guess, until he figures out what he wants to be, aside from a defender.
What is the meaning of life? Fresh off of reconciling with the loss of his commander, Temin is in the perfect place to carry through with some of those, some of that searching that he had been doing earlier on in the campaign. Yeah, that's good. Yeah. Who's next?
I got it.
All
I'll
right.
do it. I'll save you. I know Kane's is a particular way. He likes to be, dramatic and likes to make an entrance at the end.
Mm-hmm.
Or at the very beginning. It has to be one or the other. Ko, after recent events, Ko has been assessing his capabilities, and he has come to the conclusion that he is not yet ready to take on the mantle as Rok'Tao's chosen. Ooh, we have multiple chosens in this party. I love this. But,
wow, almost like this party is divinely chosen. That's weird. That is weird.
We're all just sent from wherever to save the world or some shit. I don't know. But yeah, Ko, he wants to find his path towards becoming worthy of Rok'Tao's mantle. He understands that his way of being the chosen is different from previous ones. Pi being like super physically dominant and shit like that, where he's not. And then aside from that, he has already, told Kane that this journey that Kane on is not something that Kane is going to be going through alone, and that he is there to help him. And then, so I don't even know what order.
He's your bro.
He's the bro. And then he still has to figure out where his remaining brethren are, and then he has to figure out if Evan's even alive, and or how he possibly can get back home if Evan can't do it.
Okay.
So Ko's got a list.
Your first three. Give me your first three steps.
No, you can't do that. You told me, you asked me the question, and I gave you the answers. It's
Dante
not my
has
fault.
No leash tonight.
You could have just sent me home in the first 3 episodes when I was looking for the goddess to send me home, but no, Zin was a liar, and here we are.
You're telling me that I could have been rid of you by episode 3? Is that what I'm hearing right now?
I mean, hey. No, but yeah, Ko has multiple things going on for him, and I don't know exactly where the priority is. Obviously, helping Kane and becoming worthy of Rok'Tao's mantle are up there, because those ones are the ones that are like within his capabilities right now. Like, he can't search all of Toro to find his missing brother. He doesn't know where they're at. Evan was there to help him with that part, and was also researching how to get him back home. Yep. So those 2 things are, I guess, the secondary ones, and the former are the primary ones. Yeah.
Perfect.
Man's got goals.
All right. I think that wraps everyone up. Definitely nobody else to ask here. Oh, wait. Kane, what the fuck are we doing at the Yawning Portal?
Oh, well, wait. Am I telling you what we're doing at the Yawning Portal, or are we telling the current objectives?
Yeah, what's your current objective?
Well, my current objective is to help the city of Waterdeep and not get my party killed in the process. So Kane is currently thinking that he needs allies, and some of his allies are people that he's encountered in the past. So as we know, Kane isn't the most like sophisticated or well-off character, so he's met some shady people, and in there lies some shady activity that has to go down in order for Kane to get his contact. So that's what's going on with Kane. Is all.
Flawless.
You know, average.
Victory.
Welcome back to Fancie's Fables. When we last saw our players, they had just concluded a training session with Julius, the commander of the East Wind Battalion. After concluding their rigorous training session, the party went their separate ways, preparing for the meeting of the Lord's Alliance in 2 days. At the end of the first day, concluding their private businesses, Kane had decided his next plan, and led his party to a familiar place, the rubble of their first meeting, the Yawning Portal, destroyed in the attack on Waterdeep. Having just torn the boards from the opening of the well that leads into the dangerous Undermountain, Kane looks at his party and asks them, "Do you trust me?" And that is where we will continue for this episode. All of you stand, staring at Kane, who has 1 foot raised onto the edge of the well. There is a cool breeze that comes up from below. And you all remember exactly what you heard and what you saw the first time you had arrived at the Yawning Portal.
Any ideas on how to get down there, or?
Well, going down there isn't the hard part. Clearly there's nobody guarding the well anymore, so we won't have to pay our toll.
That's good. I'm more concerned with what happened with the last people who we saw pay the toll and then go down, and then what happened after.
Oh yeah, a couple of chumps. We'll be fine. I know that you all don't know, because only certain types of people know. Though the well is everything that everyone says. It is awful, it is dark, it is killing adventurers left and right. That's all true. But we're not actually going down the well entirely. So Skullport is a it's a thieves' hideout. It is filled with unsavory people, people who don't want to be found, people who are doing shady things. So they can't exactly be in an accessible town. And the other way, there's only 2 real ways to get into Skullport, and the other way we will be sure is dead. This is one of the easier ways, and I have gone through this way, and I will only go through this way because water is not favorable for me. And I'm just gonna think back to when we were on the ship, and not for any of you either. So they make it extra tricky, treacherous rocks, you know, like storms, the sirens. If the sirens don't get you, the dispel magic deep within the water. So if you don't breathe the water, then yeah, you're not gonna make it in that way. Anyways, this is easier than I'm making it out to be. The other entrance is here. It's secret, and a lot of people who use it after hours, so they're never seen, because they will be seen again, and we can't have the tales of going down the well and never be seen again broken. Or they wear disguises, so they are men who are never seen again. But you see, we're only going to level 3. And then there's a couple turns, bends, corners, turns, and you're there in Skullport. But you gotta know the entrance, you gotta be a shady guy, and that's how we're gonna get in. Because you know a shady guy.
I don't think you're shady.
Well, thank you, Phoebe. But basically, all we have to do is go down 3 levels. If we go deeper, then we'll probably die. So as long as we just go underground, go through the river, go through the right passage, the rest passage, the shadow passage, the steamfall pass, and then the gap, and then right over the whisper haunt pass, we are right in Skullport. See how easy that is?
So
Yes.
what I'm hearing is you could have taken me there at any point, but you didn't.
No, what you're mishearing is I could have taken you there at any point. See, I couldn't have taken you there at any point because the people who know this entrance should not be bringing people there all willy-nilly. You go through this entrance when you're made to go through this entrance. So unless you have a head honcho or someone doing your bidding, I'm basically using the tunnel against one of their rules, but we'll see what happens to me when I get there. Hopefully that I've done enough that they won't have my head, because technically I'm not working for anybody now. So technically we're not even supposed to use this entrance.
Well, you said a few turns and over some river and stuff like that.
More or less. It's basically so that if any of the idiot guys who think that they can go down the well and survive accidentally find the entrance, they're more likely going to get lost and die in the tunnels than they will to find Skullport. But because I've traveled it and I have been given the through, I know which way to go. So lucky for us, we can just get in and out.
Oh, okay. So how far down does it go?
I'm gonna just look down the well and let them look down the well.
The initial descent.
Uh,
All right.
GG, motherfuckers.
Sorry, everybody. Oh, Phoebe is now Kane again. Nope. Stop that. Why does it do that? Why do you do this? All right, hold on.
oh my god.
There we go.
I'm sorry. I was playing Monster Hunter Rise. I had to say hi to my Palamute.
No, not you. Okay. Yes, everything went down. Even the cell service went down for a minute.
We looked down the well.
Clearly, it was UFO activity.
Clearly.
Or the well was just so spoopy.
Take me to your leader. Leader.
Take me to your leader. All right. Yes. So, you're all looking down the well, and Kane is assuring you all that it's not that big a deal. You are about... Oh, yes, you asked how far you are from level 1. It is about 80 feet. Or 60 feet. 80 feet.
Mr. DM, question for you.
Yes.
How long does it take? I feel like we've talked about this before and I continue to forget to use a scroll with a spell on it to learn it and add it to my arsenal.
The scrolls you have don't work that way.
Well, never mind.
Now, yes, we had talked about this maybe being something in the future, but the scrolls that you have, your silver coin scrolls, are instant effects.
Not the Featherfall one.
Yeah.
Wait, did you say yeah?
Yeah. You would cast Featherfall using the scroll.
Oh! Well, okay. I'm tracking. I'm
Are you?
following.
She's finally on the boat, people. We got her.
Meanwhile,
She's
we're
here
halfway
now.
down the canal.
All right. With
Swim,
that,
Phoebe, swim.
with that out-of-game conversation having taken place, Phoebe's just gonna kind of shuffle in her bag. She'll be like, I have this.
Good. So we don't fall to our deaths. However, I should mention just one quick side note. Levels 1, 2, 3. The caves and stuff. Yeah, that's level 3, and they're easy for me. But I just want you to know, last time I was down here, each level has like a challenge, right? For average adventurers. The first level is just a couple of like thieving bastards that just shake up poor adventurers for their gold and whatever they have in their pockets to set them off on an uneven battle against whatever lies below and blah blah blah, if they can get away from the thieves alive. However, there are also bugbears and, you know, a couple like monstrous abominations from the water, and as long as you don't touch water, it'll be fine. And then what else is that? Oh, goblins. The goblins are in level 2, but we can pretty much skate past those guys. But I don't know. And I'm gonna just look around at the tavern. Ever since this place got attacked, who knows what's happening down there now, because it's kind of sad not hearing this well filled with screams and death and destruction. But what are you gonna do?
Uh-huh.
Anyways, as long as you guys are up to face a couple of those things, and then we can get into Skullport, it'll all be fine.
I think we can handle it.
I'm pretty sure too.
Okay.
So, Phoebe, what is it that your scroll does?
Oh, she's gonna read it a little bit. Essentially, if I use this scroll to cast the spell, within the scroll, we can fall to the bottom very slowly, and not get hurt doing so.
Perfect.
Unless anyone else has any ideas.
I think this is the best choice, especially when you consider how heavy these guys are.
This is true, they're very heavy. Okay. So she's gonna take the scroll and do her magic thing.
Certainly. All right. So, Phoebe uses her wondrous scroll of Featherfall and casts it on all 4 of you. So for the next minute, should you fall, you will not go splat at the end.
He's gonna jump.
Jumping doesn't count. He said fall. I'm just kidding.
Oh, shit.
And Phoebe's
Sorry,
dead now.
it's not feather jump.
Now, what are you thinking?
Rip.
Yikes.
That
All
was
right.
awkward. Anyway.
Don't do what the cleric did.
So Phoebe's jumping down first?
Yep.
All right.
Oh my god, I'm jumping right after her, like this bitch.
But if you think about it, I jump and then I don't really fall. I just
So stupid.
Mary Poppins, y'all.
Oh, God.
So after a few moments of floating down
Yeah.
the well, it levels off and you enter into a quite wide chamber. In fact, there is some dim light cast by a few torches and some of the light coming down the well from the ambient light of the city. Even though it is nighttime, there are still street lamps and the such. Coming down to the bottom, the air is cool, and it has a slight damp moisture. In the dim light, as your feet touch the ground, you can see a few mounds, a few feet away from you. As you narrow your eyes to clear your vision, there are bodies strewn across the entirety of this opening.
at the very least, we won't end up like them. Cole's gonna say, kind of like looking towards Phoebe, just like, don't worry.
It's still sad to see.
Agreed. Kane, does anybody come by to like clear this out?
I know that somebody brings resources to the thieves and stuff, but no reason to if traffic isn't happening anymore. As I step over the bodies.
Oh, that makes sense.
Do the bodies that I see look like the thieves, or do they look like adventurers?
As you look over the bodies, Kane, you recognize actually one of them. The face. Now, these bodies have been decomposing for a few weeks, but you recognize the iconic braided facial hair of one of the bandits. He was one of the leaders of the group, Uktarl Kronach, though that name matters little for a corpse.
Well, we might not be as bothered getting down as I thought we were going to be. But if those guys came down here for whatever reason, then they probably cleaned house.
So it's probably best to be on guard as we go forward.
Yeah, considering we don't know what is our obstacles, if any. But yeah, stay guarded. Probably our best bet.
Well, I'd prefer not to stay here for much longer, if that's okay with you guys.
Yes, because we are going down. So I'm gonna start going in the direction of the next level.
All right. There are a few twists and turns that lead you through. All the while you're finding bodies and rubble. Some of the rubble can probably be attributed to time, though a few of them seem to have been caused by combat, whether from the assailants or just from the bandits and the adventurers. You cannot tell, though it matters little now. After a few, about half an hour, you're getting close to the exit of this level, and you actually hear movement around one of the corners ahead.
Who's Kane's leading the way, right?
Probably.
Yeah.
Right beside him.
I would be right behind him.
I'd bring up the rear.
All right. You hear from around the corner. You perk up your ears a little bit more, and you hear not the quietest. Hey, you hear that?
We're getting closer to level 2, right?
Yeah.
Remember how you said stay alert? We might have goblins? We'll see. Anyways, we gotta move forward either way.
Perhaps we should draw them out instead. And have Phoebe and Co. hide. And I just pick up a rock. Look at Kane.
I'm just gonna pull my great sword and just be like, shrug.
Or is there the possibility of being very quiet and moving around whoever is ahead?
I don't know if you've seen me lately, but I'm not very quiet. And I can't even pretend to be.
I mean, I could probably help you with that.
Or we can go figure out what's up there and just deal with it as we please.
But I don't please to handle it that way if I can help it.
Perhaps we can speak to them first.
All right, Temin, throw the rock down there and get their attention.
Oh, certainly.
Well, it wasn't suggest.
Cole's gonna pat Phoebe on the shoulders, just like, you tried.
I'll walk out in front and just see whoever is out there looking.
So, as the stone clatters against the cobblestone ground and hits the wall on the opposite side, you hear, Who goes there?
I am not who. I am Temin.
He doesn't sound like the others. He don't smell like them either.
Do I smell Kane?
Everything smells to a goblin. Hey, you oversized rats, get out here.
Rats! Goblins, we are not goblins. We eat them. From around the corner come two bugbears.
Bugbears.
They're hunched over, hairy bodies. They're holding pretty damaged swords, and they scan the four of you. State your business.
I'm gonna look at Phoebe and be like, well, you should be happy about this. We actually don't have to kick their ass as much as I'd like to. There's actually an easier way around these guys. I'm gonna just walk up and be like, all right, listen. I'm gonna reach in my pocket and I'm gonna show them this coin. Yes, now you know you have to let us buy.
Fines. Now eat your toes next time.
Yeah, next time. Next time I'm counting you out this little one around. We'll see what happens. Me and this iron guy are gonna take care of you, right, Temin? I'm gonna elbow Temin like, hell yeah. Come on, Temin.
Oh,
Kick their ass with me.
certainly. If you would like to be taken care of, you can ask us anytime.
Exactly. Anytime.
The two bugbears begrudgingly step aside. One nudges the other. I've not had lizard toes before.
Oh, but he is not a lizard. He is a dragonborn.
They let you proceed. Reaching level 2 involves descending a ladder through a hole in the ground that was carved by hand. Not an official passage, but it is the one that Kane is familiar with traveling.
You said there was a ladder, goes downward.
Yep.
Phoebe's gonna go first.
Yep. She's mighty hasty.
How far did this ladder go down? Just curious.
60 feet.
I'm pretty eager to get through here as quickly as possible. I'm not, and she's saying this as she's going down the ladder. I'm not a fan of the dark, and yeah, I'm just gonna.
Well, don't be too hasty. What?
Doesn't she know that it only gets darker?
We'll let her find out.
And indeed, it does. There are no maintained torches down here. They've been snuffed out for quite some time. And the smell of rot and decay of flesh is all that can be smelled on this level.
As we start to descend, I'm going to cast Dancing Lights.
Okay.
And I will... Well, since Timon has his torch, I will create like 3 little blue small lights to hover close to myself, Phoebe, and King.
Okay. So Kane, following the path that you recall, You remember that there are 2 outposts for the Xanathar Guild. Fortunately, you need to pass by neither. Unfortunately, you do have to pass by the bazaar, where the goblins are found, the Rustbone tribe specifically. As you lead your party through, the smell gets worse, almost stifling. And as you pass by the bazaar, bodies, decaying bodies of goblins are seen strewn about. Rats pick at their bones.
Ugh, okay, guys, let's get out of here.
You see nor hear anything else as you go. And you find the tunnel that leads to the 3rd level. Pressing onward.
Is it like a forward tunnel? Is it a down tunnel? Is it an up tunnel?
It is a narrow tunnel that winds in a descending zigzag.
I will walk in front, just to be safe.
Okay.
I'll walk behind you.
As you continue,
Make sure when you start seeing water, don't touch the water.
there is a oceanic smell as you descend. Very welcome change from the decay above. The moisture in the air is now clinging to everything. The stone around you is wet. And as you come down now to the 3rd level, there is a slight glow, bluish in its hue. Walking a few paces ahead, you see a body of water flowing lazily through this level of dungeon. Now, Kane, you know that this river, the Sargoth River, is the easiest and most convenient way to get to the passage you are seeking. Unfortunately, the litany of sea hags make that a little difficult. So you will have to travel through the maze of rooms.
So which way?
We're gonna go down 5 passages. The Beggar's Rest Pass, the Shadow Pass, the Steamfall Pass, the Talgolf Gap, and then the Whispering Haunt Pass. Those are the 5. And if we can navigate those, we'll end up in Skullport.
Okay.
If King...
I mean, they still set traps. I don't want people finding it.
Oh, well then that's why you should go in front. Tim, watch out. This is Kane's, he's good at this.
All right. I'll just start showing them the way.
Okay. Well, Kane leads you through a litany of hallways before coming to what appears at first to be a collapsed section of wall. But upon closer inspection, you see that there is a smoothed out entrance into a tunnel. Seems many have passed through. After an hour of traveling through different tunnels, stopping, making sure you're going the right way, Phoebe, on one of the walls at your eye level, as you're passing through these tunnels, you see a little carved etching into the wall. It's a big, bulbous eye with teeth at the bottom of it, and with these tendrils coming out of the eye with smaller eyes on them.
She's just gonna raise her hand.
Oh,
I'm looking forward, so I'm not paying attention to Phoebe.
lots of eyes.
Yeah, I don't know what it is.
Yeah. What's going on down here?
Oh my god, don't even look at that stuff. It's all just to freak the passengers and adventurers out. It's just a bunch of bullshit that, you know, the people down here talk about this Xanathar beholder guy. He was killed forever ago and he's not even real. So it's just more of like a code thing. So the code of Xanathar, it's bullshit. As long as you
What if
don't
it's
get
real?
yourselves- It's BB, it's not real. It's not real.
People
This guy-
said the Kraken wasn't real, and we still ran into one of those.
BB, we're not gonna run into the Xanathar. No one has run into Xanathar. He's fake. So we're gonna keep going. You're gonna see a lot more than that, so I suggest you don't get freaked out.
If we run into this Xanathar thing, you owe me a hug.
All right, Phoebe, come on, let's go. We're gonna go, and I will show you there's no Xanathar.
Hmm.
Well.
then.
Let's keep moving.
Yes. Kind of
After
hope there is one.
that'd be an interesting sight. After traveling through these dismal tunnels for hours, a warm orange glow of torchlight can be seen near the end of this tunnel. And pressing through, it opens to a cavern, though the full immensity of it is blocked by a massive wooden wall, in the center of which stands a heavy door. An iron skull adorns this gate, telling all who see it that they have arrived in Skullport.
Oh, look, Kane. It is a door. Your specialty.
Yes, and we're in Skullport, like I said we would be. See? The 5 passages, Xanathar's not real, and now we're here.
Phoebe is gonna find any variant of wood and knock on it with her tiny little hand.
Well, as you approach, you hear the faint sound of a bell ring as Phoebe, your foot pulls on a string.
Oh,
Then a slat pulls open in the wooden wall, and you see 2 black, beady eyes peer out, green skin around around the reflection.
You got your coins! You lot better hurry and get some ready! Zug Zug here's got a shaky trigger finger!
And you look up, and at the top of this wall, you see this horribly disfigured orc. His neck and ear fused with his left shoulder, and he's shakily holding a crossbow pointed at all of you.
what kind of coin do you need? I have some gold coins, I have some silver coins.
Zug Zug! They have no business here!
Ugh. Zug Zug.
Zug, no, I'm gonna take the coin out. I have the coin. We have business here.
You hear another slat open. This one about half a foot below the first one, and a small green hand sticks out and motions.
Yeah, give!
I'm gonna take the coin out and give it to him.
He then pulls
Wait,
it back.
he said he stuck his hand out?
Yeah.
I'm gonna grab his hand when I go to reach for him.
Are you like coin in hand grabbing his hand, or you're just
Yes.
grabbing his hand?
I'm gonna because I have to give the illusion I'm giving him the coin. So the coin's gonna be in my hand, but I'm gonna try and snatch him at the same time.
Okay. So coin in hand,
Yeah.
you grasp his hand.
Yeah.
She firmly grasps it.
Oh my god, no.
I just had a flashback.
Jeez,
Kelp,
same,
you're
same.
banned.
Hey, my guys, goodbye.
It's been real, y'all.
Okay. So you grab his hand,
Okay.
and he tries to pull it away from you. Ah! Ah!
All right, buddy. We've done this before. You can't say you've forgotten me, right?
You see one of his eyes squints and the other one gets real big, and it looks around.
You blue bastard. Give me the coin.
Here's the thing. You're going to let all of us in because I only have one coin.
That's not how this works.
I'm going to start pulling on his arm down, so it's like going to hurt his arm that's like stuck in the door. Listen, you're going to let all of us in because I only have one coin, and I'm not dealing with this, and they're not getting shot by Zug Zug.
Oh, they're going to shoot us? Oh. That's
I'll pull
not
down just
nice.
a little bit harder. I'll break it.
Oh, does he not need that arm? I'll pull out a greatsword.
You know what, Tevin? He also doesn't need that eye.
Zag, zag!
Oh.
Zag, zag!
I'm gonna just tell the party, stand still, guys. Zug Zug has a terrible, terrible aim. And as long as you're not moving, he's probably not gonna hit you.
I don't think I can move. There's something under my foot.
Oh.
Well, at his call, you hear the sound of a crossbow release, and the bolt flies and hits the wall on the other side of where you guys are. Like nowhere close. Absolutely not. You then hear the labored breathing of Zug Zug as he attempts to reset the crossbow and slowly set another bolt in it.
All right, fine. Give me my arm.
I let go of him.
Oh, did he want it still attached?
Apparently.
Phoebe, you said something's under your leg? Under your foot?
Yeah, she's kind of like this, like the 1 foot kind of on the thing, balancing act. She's like, I'm not really sure. I think I stepped on something. I don't think I was supposed to step on it. I'm not entirely sure.
Hmm. Cole's gonna kind of look down. What kind of mechanism? Tripwire?
It's just a tripwire.
Huh. Oh, well, just back. Did she like, is it to the point where if she moves anymore, it's gonna like activate, or could she just like step back? Does it look like she could step back?
You can assume that the sound of the bell was caused by her triggering this.
Just step around. I think you'll be fine.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure I didn't damage the string. It looks like it was elaborately placed here, so I just wanted to make sure it was okay.
Yeah, I think we have bigger concerns with Zug Zug over there than their string.
The goblin pulling his arm back through and taking the coin.
We ain't got many visitors of late. Don't cause any trouble inside. That's not gonna fly.
All right. I'm just gonna wave him off. Like, yeah.
Well, you hear a sound of disappointment from Zug Zug as he just reloaded his crossbow, and a heavy latch on the other side of the massive door as it begins to swing open, revealing a broken Syrinscape.
I was gonna say really cool pirate music.
Oh god. Without fail.
I can't have dramatic moments with this goddamn app. Revealing Skullport.
Cue like Assassin's Creed Black Flag sea shanty.
Well, you see ahead of you Skullport proper. It is based in 3 levels, and at the bottom of the 3rd level, there is a wooden bridge built to an island, upon which stands a massive stone fortress. Even from here, you can see the forms of guards patrolling the island. A massive skull atop the fortress. There is a descending staircase built into the wall behind the door that leads you down to the first level of Skullport. Kane, you're definitely familiar with this place.
Okay, in and out. Let's get our stuff. Let's just go talk to a couple people, see if we can get everybody informed, and if we can get any help. These guys have connections that I might be able to convince them to use for good. So, other than that, I don't know what else to do.
Well, dear leader, we're following your lead on this one.
Well, I don't even know if I'm gonna make the right choice here, but there's a big honcho here. His name's Three Fingers. He hangs out in the wrecking balls. Yes, we'll go there. We'll just see if we can talk to him. But you guys have to follow my lead, and you're gonna have to play along with whatever he wants. These guys like to be entertained, and as long as you don't make deals with them right away, you'll be fine.
May I ask why he's called Three Fingers?
Well, if you'd like to take a guess, I'll more than welcome it.
I think it's because he only has 3 fingers.
Wrong. And don't look at his fingers. He hates that because that's why everybody thinks his name is Three Fingers. So if he catches you even glancing at his mitts, he will probably take an eye. But he gets his name Three Fingers from the fact that if you betray him or he doesn't like the dealings with you, he will take 3 of your fingers as his trophy. So as you can see, I still have all of mine. I do not betray my groups or people I work with. So hopefully I've been in good graces for him and he won't be upset and take some of my fingers.
Is he expressive when he talks? Because if he's expressive when he's talking, I might have to look at his hands.
Don't look at him, Phoebe. Don't look at him, Phoebe. So I'm gonna start walking.
It's fine. I'm gonna kind of like catch up to Kane a little bit. I'm just like, you've warned me about how dangerous this place was, but if Zug Zug is an example of anything, I'm not impressed. What exactly is the big deal?
Well, then let me paint you a picture there, Ko. Because as Kane leads you all down the steps into Skullport, it is bustling with activity. It is its own mini city down here. You... Up top, yeah, you see some salty characters, some grizzled warriors and veterans. But down here, that is the least grizzled-looking type. There are men and women down here missing limbs, massive scars, wearing all forms of dark studded and leather armor. Many of them turn and give you the old salty eye as you pass. A few of them linger their glances on Kane.
I'm going to literally ignore them. Like, don't even catch anybody's eye.
I think Cole's gonna be like kind of talking like Kane. Like, I don't understand why you haven't brought me here. Like, and then he's gonna start catching glimpses. Like, a lot of these people seem to know you.
Phoebe's gonna like wave at a couple if they look at her. Like,
A rather rotund man, a tight bandana squeezing a red line around his head. He leans over to you. He's sitting at a bar at one of the establishments. He leans back to you as you pass, looming over, and he hands you the garnish off of his drink. the tip of a flower, and he smiles, missing all but 4 of his teeth.
Oh, thank you. And she's gonna. What kind of garnish is it? You said on the tip of a flower.
Yeah, so like the head of a flower.
She's gonna put it. She's gonna tuck it behind her ear. She's gonna go.
There is a slight dampness at the root of where it was cut from it sitting in the drink. He is very pleased by you taking his flower.
Disgusting.
All sorts of things are happening down here.
Kane, you recognize, while you look back to check on your companions after a little bit, and you see Phoebe has a flower in her hair, a night lily. This is used to mark human trafficking.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Okay, I'm gonna run over there. And I'm gonna be like, Phoebe, where'd you get this flower? I'm gonna take the flower. Where'd you get this? Who gave this to you? Who gave this to you?
That gentleman who we just walked past with the nice smile.
Oh, yeah, right there. Right there. That guy right there. Let me be sure. Right there. All right. I'm gonna go over to him. Is his back turned to me or is he facing me?
His back is turned now. He's back to his drink.
Okay, I'm gonna take the fucking night flower and I'm gonna walk over there and I'm gonna turn this motherfucker around and I'm gonna be like, this bullshit. And I'm gonna fucking stick my thumb in his throat and I'm gonna snap out his fucking little teeth in the front or whatever he's got left. And I'm gonna fucking cram this thing in the back of his throat with my other thumb. And I'm gonna tell him, stay the fuck away. And I'm gonna kick him down.
Yeah, he howls in pain. And, the other patrons there kind of look, and go back to their drinks.
Did he do something wrong?
Come on, Phoebe. I'm gonna pick her up. I'm picking her up.
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna shake my head and I'm gonna tell Ko, lucky that I didn't have time for that guy.
Nice.
Would you like me to take care of him, Kane?
Emin, I won't stop you what you want to do to that guy, if anything. But that guy, I'm just gonna make it clear for everybody here. He was gonna kidnap our little Phoebe. And I'm gonna hold her up just a little higher and then drop her back down to normal. So, that's why we're not gonna talk to anybody. And that's why Phoebe's gonna stay with me right now.
Well then. Phoebe, no talking to strangers. You either, Temin.
I technically didn't talk to him. I waved.
No communicating with strangers.
I'm just gonna
in
hold
any
Phoebe like
capacity.
a little bit away from me, and I'm gonna lean into Temin and Ko and be like, if we want to take care of that guy on our way out, I'm not close-minded to it, but we gotta get to the wrecking balls and no more of this bullshit in the street. Let's go.
Fair point. Let's form the triangle around Phoebe and just like migrate with her.
There you go.
I will remember this.
You press onward, making it to the second level of Skullport now. Just as many salty characters about. And then you arrive at the precipice of the wrecking balls. The sign above, decorative. You see a representation of a cannonball smashing through the wood of the sign and the debris spelling out the wrecking balls.
All right. Is there anything else we should know?
Here, not too much. I mean, there's scoundrels in here, but this is more for business, so there's gonna be less people bothering you, and you know, just kind of a lot more talky talk. But people still get rough, and just keep your wits about you, and don't take flowers from people.
No more flowers.
No more flowers, not here. Phoebe, we will go get you all the flowers when we get back up top, but not in Skullport.
Oh, okay.
Well, quite possibly the worst interaction that could have ever happened here. But a proper way to set the stage. You enter now into the Wrecking Balls. Let's call it a club. A themed club. The barb maidens here dress in nautical attire. You see many iconography that would be associated with pirates and ships. And something that stands out to all of you. There are 10 rows that lead to a wall. And at the end of these rows, opposite the wall, more inside of the building, there are these U-shaped booths. A few of them have occupants. And you see at the end of these booths, people are hoisting large iron balls and rolling them down the aisle to hit these metal pins on the other side.
Oh, Kane, what is that?
This, my friend, is a game called Cannonballs. It's similar to just other games that we play where you just take the ball and you throw it down the lane and you try and hit the metal pins.
It seems very aggressive.
You might like it, and it's not hurting anybody.
This is true.
Either
You might
way,
have a knack.
you might have to play it. So, Tevin, you might be good at it.
Oh. Then I suppose I will try.
Yes. The good thing about being here, it doesn't matter if we win or lose, just a lot of times we have to play to gain audience for people we want to talk to. It's so annoying. Remember how I talked about they like to be entertained? Well, this is their source of entertainment. Pirates are weird.
I think you could say that about anyone.
Yeah, there are a lot of weird things in this place.
So, Kane, as you look around, you see a familiar man in an all-white finery, leaning in his booth, sipping out of a glass. Two large men sit on either side of him.
I'm gonna kind of grab Ko and be like, that's the guy that we need to chat with. So
I'm gonna give the semi-natural, not so subtle glance over. Okay. Mhm.
don't look at his fingers.
All right. So, what's the play? Temin plays this game. We get an audience, and then you talk.
Honestly, it depends on what he wants. Can go anyway. It can go we all play. It goes you all play. It goes we play and then talk. It's really up to him because we are requesting his time. So he decides basically the rules and who plays.
Then perhaps we should just ask him.
It's exactly what we need to do. So let's go.
As you approach, he is clearly looking at you, Kane, and you all see this. As he sips from his glass, his position hasn't changed. He sits there, still relaxing. And as you get within 10, 15 feet or so, one of the large men stand up, and this man, the man in the white finery, holds up his hand, the one you can assume to be 3 fingers. Sit down, boo-boo. Kane!
I'll nod to him and kind of approach him.
I've already paid Galandra, so what business is it that you have for me today? Unexpectedly, in my place of relaxation.
Yeah, sorry about that. And actually, I'm not here for Galandra, or any business dealing with Galandra. I'm on my own accord. Me and my companions, we would like to have a word about some current events that have been taking place, and chat about possibly an allyship, just temporarily, of course.
He finishes his glass and holds it up. A maiden takes it and returns quite quickly with a fresh one. Lots have happened here, Kane. You wish to talk business with me alone, solo, with your companions? Odd lot you have. But if you wish to talk to me, well, then we'll have to play.
Well, how are you feeling today, Three Fingers? You feeling feisty enough to get up and play yourself, or are we just playing with our pawns?
My boys will play for me.
How many?
A third large man arrives and stands at the end of the booth. He is drying his hands. Oh, yes, he's arrived. 3 against 3. We'll captain our teams. The two large men stand up.
One moment. I'm gonna turn to Phoebe, like sweaty, like, Phoebe, you have to play. I'm sorry, but you have to play.
I have to play.
You have to play. Thank you. I'm gonna get up and turn around. Well, that's not fair. These guys are huge, and my party is not.
Wait. Someone's gonna walk right up and put his hands over his eyes.
Mr. Three Fingers, I was told not to look at your hands.
Out of respect, of course, I'm gonna yell over to him.
You can stop right there, fellow. Step back.
Take a half step back.
He looks at Kane. And puts his glass down. Well, if my boys pose too much of a challenge, I suppose we could even the playing field. He narrows his eyes at Temin. The two large men sit back down in the booth. Boo-boo. Get me some players. The large man who had first stood up when you had approached stands again and walks away for a minute. He then returns. Oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
While we wait,
Someone parts his hands from his face.
I learned something from Jameson. In moments like these, I have a joke for you, sir. A cleric sits on the toilet and makes a prayer to his god, such that evils may pass through him. What does one call this? It is my friend Jameson's favorite joke.
Tevin, you should finish the joke.
Oh,
Yes, please hurry up.
channel solidity.
The two large men attempt to stifle a laugh. And Three Fingers takes another sip of his drink. That's a funny one. I like that.
Oh, then would you like to hear another?
Boo Boo returns, sitting down. I think you should find these 3 appropriate to face against. And as you turn around, you see a athletically built, average human man. He wears a white plate on his chest, a scar across his face leading down into the armor. Another man beside him in more of robes. He plays with a dagger between his fingers. And then at the end, there is a halfling. Rather wide in his gait. And he holds what appears to be a stuffed cat. And as you, Kane, as you look at them, and they stand across from all of you, you start to see some similarities here.
Well, 3 fingers definitely pick on someone your own size, a little literal there, huh?
I trust you've taught them how to play.
I'm fucking gonna look panicked as them. I mean, they've never played, but I'm sure they'll pick it up just fine. And because I'm taking audience with you, you can go first. And I'm gonna pray to God that the party fucking pays attention so they know what they're doing.
I appreciate the respect, Kane. He snaps his fingers, and your 3 opponents then line up on the right side of this aisle. In the center, before the lane, the runway, sits a cannonball. It is about 6 inches in diameter. And the first one to go is the one in the robes with a dagger. And he approaches the cannonball and picks it up. You see his muscles struggling a little bit. And he rolls it down the lane. And it hits 2 of the metal poles. But only one of them falls over. And the ball then falls into a crevasse, a gutter. And is collected on the other end and walked back up to you.
I'm going to be like right next to him, just like over his shoulder, like watching a little too close for like personal space.
Oh, so this is how it is done.
Can you,
Hello,
like, give me a little space?
Oh, I apologize. I am simply observing your wonderful skills.
Right. You see Boo Boo marks on the board. Looking at the board, you note that there are 5 boxes, and he just put a line through one of them. 5 boxes on the board's split in half, so there are 5 boxes on either side. Everybody now looks at the 3 of you.
So what do we do, Kane? Who's first?
Before I go to sit down, I'm gonna be like, line up on the opposite side like they did, and just pick it up and get it, follow them over. And I'm gonna like walk over and sit next to 3 fingers. Please let that be enough information.
Oh, do you think we get extra points if we just roll it into the sides?
I'm gonna do an intelligence check real quick.
I'm not quite sure. I think the objective is to knock over the pins, Phoebe. So
Why did the last guy only hit 2?
I'm gonna like lean in a little bit closer. Maybe he's just trying to like take it easy on us. So
Oh,
Nice.
then perhaps we should take it easy on him as well.
no. That would be rude. You don't reverse take it easy on somebody when they're taking it easy on you.
I
Don't
will
do
go
that.
first.
And you see Temin like walk up,
Temin,
grab
please
the cannonball.
try. He's like, Cole's gonna, please try. Don't. I think Kane has a lot riding on this, so please just try to hit the pins over. Cole's gonna step back and just give him some space. He's gonna kind of like go over to Phoebe, kind of just like, hey, so
Hi.
yes, the objective, hit the pins, as many as you can.
Those pins are the things at the other end.
Yes.
Okay, is the ball heavy? Do you know?
We'll find out.
Okay.
Temin, what is your intelligence check?
I got a nat 1. And I have no
Perfect.
modifiers.
When you heard Phoebe ask if it's bonus points when you put it in the gutter, I mean, they gave him a point and it went into the gutter. So,
Yep. Even better.
all right, give me a strength check as you pick up the cannonball.
Great check. Okay. That's an 11.
All right. You go to grab it, and you actually give it too much force. It's not as heavy as you were expecting it, seeing the other man struggle. So what is your intention on your turn?
I will walk up, turn around, and lob it over my head behind me. Blind fighting style.
It's almost like the whole place goes silent as this massive iron ball smashes into the other wall. And then collides with the aisle, sending just an echo through. Everyone is staring, just guffawed. And Three Fingers looks up, looks at Kane.
I'm not looking at him. I'm not gonna look at him.
I'm looking at Ko, winking, or my best Warforged wink.
I'm just
never-
shaking,
Reverse. Take it easy.
putting Phoebe's thumbs down. No.
No.
I think that was bad. I feel like that was bad.
I thought it had some flair.
It did, but it was bad flair. Bad flair.
Oh.
Your three opponents chuckle between each other.
Entertaining. Right, Kane?
I'm not gonna say anything to him. I'm just gonna sit there and question all my decisions up to this point.
A maiden brings Three Finger a fish, perfectly grilled, displayed with the tail and head, and he picks up his utensils and begins eating.
That was a good job, Temin.
You really think so, Phoebe?
I
Walking back.
think so. Yeah. And she's gonna pat him on the arm and cast guidance.
All right. The ball boy returns the cannon ball to its place. And it is the other team's turn. This time, the one with the white chess piece picks up the cannonball, rolls it down the aisle, and hits 3 pins, knocking one over before the ball enters the gutter. And they get another mark on their side of the board.
See, I do believe you actually have to hit a pin.
Okay.
3 pins remain on their side.
Okay. Phoebe is gonna walk up.
Wait.
Oh,
Listen, just do your best. And I'm sure it'll work out. And I'm going to use my bardic inspiration on Phoebe.
okay.
Okay.
she's gonna walk up. She's gonna go like this. She's gonna cast guidance on herself. And she's gonna attempt to pick up a ball.
All right, with your bonuses, give me a strength check.
Do. Do.
The Bardic Inspiration is a 1d8. If you want to roll that.
Is a 1d8. Oh, let's roll this bad boy.
This poor girl.
Okay.
Okay, that's better. That's
All right.
better.
Where's my up? Okay, help me. Basic addition.
That was 12.
Or 12 plus 2, 14.
You struggle, Phoebe, but you manage to lift it off, and then
Okay. Okay. She's gonna put it down. And she's gonna look at the halfling with the stuffed cat. And she's gonna set Booker next to the ball so that Booker's like holding the ball so it doesn't roll anywhere. And she's gonna walk over to the other halfling. Do you have experience with this game?
he sneers. Yeah, you roll the ball.
Well, for someone, what's the best way to do that for someone of our stature? Do you have a?
You trying to say something?
Well, yeah, I think we're relatively smaller than most people. I don't think that's anything to be ashamed
I
of.
ain't small.
As Ko sitting back, like watching Phoebe try to talk to him, he's going to like telepathically just like, Phoebe, you need to roll the ball. Just stop talking to him. Roll it,
Okay.
please.
I just don't think there's anything wrong with
Don't reply to me verbal. Just roll the ball.
Okay. I'm sorry if I offended you. I will go roll. And she's just gonna.
You better watch out, or I'll get Bartholomew on you.
Oh,
Hey.
is Bartholomew? Is that Bartholomew?
What do you think?
Well, I don't think Bartholomew's met Booker, and I don't think he'd want to.
You hear three
You just
fingers
threatened him.
clear his throat as he's eating his fish, and the two large men seem to be getting a little restless.
B.
If she's gonna walk back and she's a little the audacity. She's gonna pick up the ball. She's gonna take it from Booker, and she's gonna do her best to roll it down the middle.
Okay. Well, you succeeded your strength check, so you're going to roll it down the middle. Perfect.
Oh, Phoebe.
Phoebe, you hit 3 of the pins and knock 2 of them over. The ball then rolls into the gutter and is retrieved. And 2 marks are placed on your side of the board. 3 fingers pats his mouth.
Finally. I mean, nothing.
Poor Durnan. He was a good man. Didn't deserve what happened to his tavern.
It's unfortunate, but he'll rebuild. Skullport will make sure of that. It is an entrance after all.
Yeah, so it's strange that you would come down here and talk to me of all people, Kane.
Well, I know that you know people, and I need people.
He takes a drink, looks at the board, as if to confirm the 2 points. You know, I like you, Kane. I don't like this cozy new title you have. He gestures to the collar around your neck.
I'm not fond of it either.
You know, with all the things going on down here, it's important that we look after our own.
That's what he's saying.
He then takes another bite of his meal.
I hit some pins.
You did a great job.
I didn't hit as many as I thought I was going to, but I did. And that man is very rude over there. I don't know why he took such offense with being so short.
Don't worry about that. Like, we're just trying to be on our best behavior.
Well, I was very polite and I complimented his stature, but that did not seem to be enough. And then
It's okay. Sometimes these things can't be helped. What's more important is that you did a great job, I think.
I
With the
think
pins.
So. I think they got like 2 points. I'm not really sure though. High five. Guidance.
Well, you see the other halfling cast something on himself and pick up the ball with one hand and just casually toss it down the aisle, knocking over 2 more of their pins, leaving only 1 standing on their side. They, and high-five each other and celebrate.
How many do we have left? 3?
3. And Ko is the next to go.
All right. Go over and begin to lift the ball.
Give me a strength.
All right, let's see. And Phoebe cast guidance. Is that 1d4? 1d6?
1d4.
1d4. Can I also add into this my telekinesis to assist in raising the ball?
I do believe there is a weight limit on telekinesis. Just remind me what it is.
It is 10 pounds, I believe.
I will let you use it to alleviate 10 pounds as you lift this ball.
Because I rolled an 11.
I was gonna say, you know how you have your psionic power thing? You can actually use those dice as well.
Which psionic power thing?
Psionic power is.
Oh, yeah. I did.
Thing.
Well, no, that's if I have proficiency. Actually, that was going to be my side question out of character. Since I have half proficiency in everything, does that count with using my bolstered knack from myself?
Bolstered knack.
Yep.
Where the hell is that?
If you click on psionic power under my features, it'll bring up the full menu. But basically, when my non-psionic power fills me, I can use my psionic power to help.
Bolstered knack. Okay.
Yeah.
You said you have half proficiency on strength?
Since I am a bard, I add my proficiency bonus, or half my proficiency bonus to everything. So I don't think it counts. Yeah. So that's why I didn't use it. Yeah.
Gotcha, I was just curious.
Well, tell me your intention.
So the intent is to use the telekinesis while I'm lifting the ball so that I don't require as much strength, like physical strength, to lift it and move it.
Okay. And you're just tossing it down the middle of the aisle.
Yes.
All right. Okay. So you roll it, and you hit 2 of the 3 remaining pins, knocking 1 over. Another mark is added to the board. 3 fingers dabs his mouth again. Kane, if you're looking for allies for some mission that you have, you know that coin will go much further than words. You're not the Xanathar. You can't command me to give you men. The large men chuckle. You are muted?
I am?
Oh, there you go.
Oh, I'm just really quiet.
Yeah, speak up.
No, I can't. And, Xanathar, listen, it's not about the coin. And I know I know it's silly to come down here and to even ask for anybody's help without waving around a fancy, shiny coin, but it's more for the betterment of everybody involved.
As one of the other team goes to pick up the cannonball, 3 fingers holds up a hand. And what makes you so sure that this is a problem we'll face?
Because it's a problem the whole nation's gonna face. It's not just the cities above. And it got close to you. They penetrated the well and took something down there. They're destroying and attacking cities. They're killing hundreds, probably thousands of civilians. This guy preaches that he will choose who lives and dies, and that includes Skullport. Whether you're facing it now or not, you will be facing it later.
Whatever they sought in the Undermountain had nothing to do with us. They never even came near us.
Not right now. They sought out a giant murder gem on the top of a spire, and they killed a ton of elves. They're just killing. They're collecting souls. It's only a matter of time before they get here. And these cities are not prepared. You know it. I know it. They know it.
I don't know it, King.
You do know it. Cities don't have armies. They don't have people who are trained there who can defend themselves. And I can't go in there and take on this guy. I couldn't even get my mitts on the motherfucker.
That is enough. He then gestures to the other team to continue their play. And the first one, who was playing with the dagger, rolls again, and the ball goes directly into the gutter.
Temin, I think you're up again.
Oh, I am. I am.
Temin, this time roll it facing forward.
Yes.
Facing forward.
Exactly. You see how Phoebe and I did it, and how
Yes.
literally everybody else has been doing it. Just straight down the middle.
Down the middle.
Yes, you've got this. And I'm gonna bardic inspiration. Just what would Julius do?
I don't think that's a good question. I think Julius would do a number of things.
What would King do?
That's also up for debate. I don't know what Kane would do.
Do exactly what Phoebe did.
I'm gonna walk over to the halfling.
Oh no!
No.
Your stature's
You had to say it.
You have a mighty stature. Most impressive, especially when you bowl and throw that cannon.
Yeah, just you wait till it's my turn again. I'll be knocking down that pin. I don't see you knocking down any. You gonna go break that wall?
Phoebe's like gonna kind of stand
I
a little
certainly
taller.
Thank you for your support and cheering.
And Tevin just walks back and grabs his cannonball.
Got this, Tevin. You got this.
You also have guidance.
Give me a strength check.
Bardic inspiration and guidance. You good, bro?
All right, let's go.
Just
And
don't
tell
throw it
me
at
your
the wall.
intention.
I'm gonna do it like they told me to do it. I'm gonna roll it.
Okay.
Down the middle. Like, don't forget that part.
All right, so I got it.
Roll it down the opponent's lane.
Straight into the gutter. Straight into the gutter.
That is a dirty 20 altogether.
All right. Temin rolls the ball down and hits both the remaining pins, knocking both of them over. The other team. Ow! Ugh. 2 more marks are added onto the board, finishing all 5 boxes on your side. The opposing team is pretty pissed about it, and they storm off to get some drinks at the bar.
As they're storming off, I'm gonna shout out to the halfling.
But wait, you never got to throw the cannonball again.
That's because they lost Temin.
We
She's gonna look
won
at
the
the
game.
halfling.
He makes a rude gesture at all of you.
That is not very nice.
Well, he's not very nice. Anyways.
Three Fingers has his plate removed from him. Well, Kane, it seems you have won our little unofficial game of cannonball. But unfortunately for you, I don't think I have many other answers.
What if we played an official game?
I have business that I need to return to.
It is okay. I understand what Kane was trying to say.
Looking over to King. And looking back to Three Fingers.
It is okay if you are afraid to face the enemy,
And I thump my chest.
for I will face them for you.
I'm gonna look back at Three Fingers.
I can see why it is you've come to me for help, considering your companions here. I wish you the best, old friend. And unless you have business from Galandra, he then tugs on his finery, straightening it out, you can consider our connection lost. You may leave.
I'm just gonna take the loss and head out.
All right.
Son of a bitch.
You have a nice day now.
He, he salutes his drink to you and takes another drink.
Walking up to Kane, Cole's gonna kind of just like, so things didn't work out, right? With the big guy.
No.
Do you? I hope you have other connections down here.
We do, but he was probably our best.
Well, that's not very.
He had the best connections and the biggest group. And
What is it he
people-
requires?
He is a man of his own accord. If you can convince him, awesome. He doesn't always work for gold, but if he says no, it's a no. It's best not to ask him again. My other connections, I have them. They're here. Are they here? I don't know. Maybe they're out adventuring. I haven't seen anybody. I just know Three Fingers hangs here. We don't have time to look around and beg every thief in his guild to come help us. I took a shot with 3 fingers, and they failed us.
I don't think he's the kind of man my mother would come to respect business-wise.
Sometimes it's not about their moral compass, but it's about the safety and protection they can offer you in a moment. And in this moment, we need people. We need hands. They don't have to be the most savory type of people, but we need people.
Are
I'm
you
also saying this kind of hushed and like walking like out.
Okay. As you are talking with Kane and walking out of the building, from behind you, you hear somebody call over to you. Ah, so you're just gonna walk on by, huh? You turn,
Yep.
and leaning against the bar, a fancy hat on his head, sits a familiar face. Quite the lousy display you had there, old friend. Standing up from the bar and flicking a coin behind him to pay for his empty drink, Algernon walks up to you. Kane, my man, Kane. Who are these lot? This is crazy. This is crazy. How are you doing? Are you doing business for Galandra? Are these guys doing business for Galandra? You gotta fill me in. It's been like 3 years. What's going on with you?
Just like lower your voice. No business with Galandra. That's not a thing anymore. And
Trouble in paradise, then. I get that, my friend. You know, my 3 wives have been writing me monthly.
all right, listen, man. These are my new companions. Let me introduce you real quick. Algernon's gonna go on forever if we let him.
Yes,
So,
please introduce me.
This is Algernon. He's been a friend for a long time. We've traveled together. We've worked together, much like Ko. He's kind of like our companion here. He's here, and he's, you know, him. This is Phoebe. I'm gonna point to Phoebe.
Oh,
He
hello.
removes his hat.
And Ko.
Pleasure to make all of your acquaintances. I am Algernon, the best at what I do.
It's very nice to meet you. You have a wonderful sense of style, and I
Why, thank
like
you.
your energy.
I appreciate that. Someone's got to. You know, this reminds me of the time when I was off on this island and the indigenous people there didn't really take too kindly to my rambling on because I was trying to convince them that I was their resurrected god, you know, that old play. Turns out these guys didn't have any gods and they just wanted to eat us anyways. So that was an interesting time. Kane, you've got some news for me. Let's discuss this a little more privately. Algernon then leads you out of the wrecking balls and through around a couple of buildings and through a back passage and leads you to a alley that heads to a dead end. At the end of it, he makes a couple taps on the wall, which then recedes and pulls to the side, revealing a hidden chamber. He then motions you all in.
Where are we going, Algernon?
Just a new hideout I found out about. Come on. The alley's bewitched, so anybody looking down is just going to see the wall, but they'll definitely hear us. So let's get in there.
I'm gonna grab Phoebe.
Okay. So you follow in?
Yes.
All right. You enter into a cozy little hovel. There are sconces illuminating the room, some tapestries on the walls to make it a little homier. There are a few reclining chairs, there are books, there are scrolls. There is a chest overflowing with gold and gems, just sitting over in the corner. Algernon then takes off his hat with a flourish and tosses it onto a hook beside the door, and leans back in one of the chairs. Oh, all right. Now we can talk more freely. So you're not working for Galandra anymore? Solo ride. That's interesting. So it must be something big going on. You know, there's a lot of big things going on around here lately.
Yeah. Just, trying to gather some affiliations, some connections to help us with a war, but nobody needs to give a shit, but they're all gonna fucking care once their doors get kicked down.
A war? What side should we be on?
We should be on the side that makes sure that these motherfuckers don't kill everybody like they've been doing up top.
What do you mean? You can't take over an area if you kill everybody there. That's not good warfare.
If anybody else wants to step in and explain it a little better, I don't think I won 3 fingers over with my explanation.
So there are these really bad people, and there was a circus in town, and there was this really ominous dancing happening, but then there were explosions, and they killed a lot of people in the square, and one of them was this really neat Warforged looking individual, kind of like Temin, but Temin's really nice and wouldn't ever do that to anyone. But anyways, we went to this tower on this island after we fought a kraken and some jungle monsters and some wild stuff happening, and this really creepy guy tried to kidnap me. But anyways, there are these really bad guys who are killing a lot of people, and they're threatening to destroy the entire world because apparently the gods are coming back after a really long period of silence. So it's big enough for the gods to come back. And we're trying to stop bad things from happening from this terrorist group with the new leader who we do or don't know the name of. And I think that covers it. Did I miss anything, guys?
No, that just about covers it. This world is doomed.
It sounds like you've embroiled yourself in quite the adventure there, Kane. So, I heard about the attack that happened on the city. I was away on business. Yeah, quite the tragedy. In fact, destroyed the yawning portal. Makes traveling into Skullport a little difficult, don't you think? Lots of wards preventing teleportation, if the three of you don't know.
Huh.
But that does sound like bad news. So there's these bad people that are killing people, taking magic items in jungles.
Mm-hmm.
Gods are coming back. Also, they completely wiped out Oakhurst. They're planning attacks in other cities.
Oakhurst.
They killed a bunch of elves in the Spire.
Sounds like you have been in a lot of places. I haven't been to Oakhurst maybe ever. A small little farming town, right?
Yep.
East of Neverwinter. Wow. I guess these guys do mean business if they're wiping out farms.
Oh, come on, man.
All right. Well, I wouldn't be worth half my weight in gold, which I'm worth double, at least. If I was not listening into your little conversation with Three Fingers there, he's gotten real tight lately. That guy, oh god, you used to be able to wave some silver under his nose and he would make a move, but now he's not budging for anything. It just goes on about the loyalty to his men or something. Times are getting tight. Like, he knows something we don't, okay? That guy's the last to know anything around here. But you need men.
Yes, what are you getting at?
Well, I've heard of a strange force of heavily armored warriors just tearing things apart at the east, which is attributed to your bad people. Three Fingers may have a lot of connections and thugs across many cities. In fact, I think he's got a big position in Baldur's Gate still. But I think I know of somebody who can make everyone jump at once.
Who's that?
I'm glad you both asked. You see, Kane, do you remember the last time we were in Baldur's Gate? You and me, and about 6 others.
Yeah, those 6 others. Have you visited their graves lately?
No, of course not.
Oh,
It just hasn't been. It just has not been on my way of travel.
Fair. I respect that. Why do you bring that up?
Well, Bannon's Manor was full of a lot of surprises. There was that door that you opened that cut what's his name's head off.
Listen, we're gonna fast forward. Why are you bringing up that manor?
It was tricky, and it required a lot of expertise, but we got it done, right?
Yes. Why?
Well, if there's a certain somebody that I know that can rally a lot of people and maybe reside somewhere a little fortified, a little tricky to get into,
I'm very confused. I have no idea what he's talking about.
Come on, Kane.
Neither do I.
The Xanathar.
The Xanathar. Oh my god. The Xanathar is not
Come
real.
on!
The Xanathar is fake.
Then that
The
makes it even
Xanathar
easier.
is
Then that makes it
bullshit.
even easier.
What do you mean?
Listen,
we can't
listen.
Go parading around to be a beholder.
We head into Skull Island, right? We get into the fortress. We infiltrate. Sneak
I
in.
don't have time for this. We
No,
understand.
Kane, come on. This has you written all over it, man. If you want to get people together, you need the Xanathar to call them together.
Yes, and the Xanathar does call them together. The Xanathar is the reason the rules exist down here, and it's a code. It's not a person, it's not a thing. It is dead. It is word. It is fake. How do
Then
you
why don't we
rewrite
make
something like that?
Why don't we make it real?
Okay, where's the rumored Xanathar?
In the fortress. I'd have to gather some intel. This only just came to me. Yeah, well, that's a lie. I was thinking about it when I came back, before I had heard about the tragedy that happened
So
up top.
you're telling me
I was looking at the fortress
you're
from
telling
afar, and I was like,
we are
it'd be
going
hard to break into that place.
Rewrite.
So I was trying to
the
plan in my
thieves'
head
mind and their rules to
a way to
ally
get in from the
with
top.
us to help this war. This is how we rally them. To pretend to be the Xanathar, a thing that doesn't exist.
Well, you can't pretend to be something that doesn't exist, but we can make it exist. But I want it to be me. You're already the champion with your fancy collar. Don't think I don't know about that, and we will talk about that.
Okay,
So
listen.
you want to be the Xanathar?
Yes. Come on, you could see me. You could see me as the Xanathar, right? I think that'd be great. I think it fits me perfectly. In fact, I think I might even need a nicer hat.
But your hat is perfectly lovely.
Well, thank you. It is. It was made for me by my 4th wife.
I thought you said that you have 3 wives.
I said 3 wives were writing me.
This is a very good point.
My 4th wife actually divorced me after finding out about my 2nd wife. Lovely lass.
As he's going on and talking to Phoebe, I'm going to connect to Kane telepathically, just like, so what are the odds that we might just have a better chance trying to convince Three Fingers instead of talking to this guy?
If we appear in front of Three Fingers again, you're gonna learn why he has his name.
Okay.
He's
So what do we do
cunning.
about this? Because
As
this is
mentioned.
going on.
This is going on. So what we're gonna do, I'm gonna talk louder and pull Algernon back into this conversation. We're going to go. We're going to leave. I appreciate the offer.
Oh, come on, Kane.
Listen.
3
listen,
years and you're
you
just gonna walk
can't
away
tell
like
me-
that?
You can't tell me that this is what we're gonna do and then I'll
Hold
think
up,
about
rewind.
it. What?
You froze for like.
You can't tell me. And then you froze.
Oh, okay. You can't tell me that this is what you want to do and not have a game plan for it. So what I'm gonna say is, maybe get your intel.
I'll take a maybe.
Get some people. Don't leave me hanging. You come find me in Waterdeep. I need to go back for a meeting anyways. I'm open to it because this might be our only shot. And these thieves are so superstition. They still believe in Xanathar. People
I
see
mean,
a
they're still
picture of the
scratching
thing.
them on the walls.
Yes. Now listen.
Come on.
Get the information.
How
We'll figure it
hard
out.
would it be? All right, Kane.
It's hard because I bet Kane a hug that Xanathar was real, and I just don't think Kane wants to lose the bet.
Kane hates losing bets.
She's
Kane
not
hates
wrong.
losing bets.
Hmm.
You know, I once bet Kane my silvered cane. He then gestures over to the wall where several things are, and there is a silver cane over there. That I could convince an entire group of people, okay, to follow me down a river to a waterfall that they knew about, convincing them that they'd be able to fly if they went off. Kane said not a chance. Kane said not a chance, okay? And now he's saying that I can't convince all the thieves in Skullport and in all the cities in Faerun that I'm the Xanathar, okay? Well, let me tell you, I still have my cane.
All right, and I'm gonna pretend that all the people who you convinced are alive and well. Yeah, it doesn't surprise me
Oh.
that.
Yeah, they're fine. Mass cast Featherfall.
Oh, good. Okay, that makes me feel a lot better. But that's also very commendable. Good job. Kane, I think we should help him.
During this whole time, could I have done an insight check on him?
Sure. What are you trying to infer?
Just the way he talks, he just seems very shady and not to be trusted type of person.
What'd you get?
Oh man.
As a 21.
Okay. You know, Algernon's a difficult guy to discern. As you listen to him talk, you watch his gesticulations, and you hear the banter between him and Kane. And you get the sense that, you know, he probably isn't lying in what he's saying. But he does seem to be the guy that's used to making things up on the fly. And whether or not he is genuine about a plan for something like this, that remains to be seen.
You know, the more you talk, the more on board I am for this. Kane, we could back his plan, and with your status as the champion, to back the existence of the Xanathar. You
Yes,
gotta admit,
yes,
You gotta
yes.
admit.
Everyone
That is
knows
perfect.
I'm the biggest skeptic for this.
The
yeah.
champion himself recognizing the Xanathar. You talk to the stuffed shirts up top, all right? In the castle? Come on.
Now,
Come on. Yeah, have you guys been there? Has he been there? Tell me he hasn't been there.
wait. Don't worry about that. I do propose one major, unlikely but major flaw. If anybody happens to know the identity of the Xanathar, and if the Xanathar is indeed actually alive and gets wind of what's going on, what then?
The Xanathar is real. We're doomed. You know what he is, right? That picture of the eyeball, he's a beholder. People think this fucker is real and it's a beholder. A guy who became a fucking beholder to run the thieving assholes that kill each other and human traffic. We're toast if he is real.
Yeah, but he's not.
Okay,
You know
so
what?
Well, now I'm just confused.
It's been hundreds of years nobody has seen a goddamn beholder down here.
run me through your ideas, your plans for masquerading as a beholder.
Oh, well, there isn't a beholder. Even the closest in the circle of the Xanathar Guild know that.
Mhm.
They're the ones perpetuating the idea that there's a beholder. I don't need to convince them that I'm a beholder, but I'm sure I could convince them that maybe he's resurrected in me. Or maybe there's an artifact of the Xanathar, right? That conjures someone, or the spirit of Xanathar. Listen, I do this all the time.
No. King was actually correct. We need more details. We need a full plan if we're going to do that.
The
If we're gonna go
last
down this route.
person I talked to about the Xanathar was looking to kill the Xanathar. And she was sent here on a dead-end mission. And do you know what I told her? To give up and stop looking for the Xanathar. So, maybe, just maybe, if you find her, she'll have your answers. And you guys can talk and get more information to pull me on board.
There was somebody looking to kill the Xanathar? Now, this is intriguing. If somebody wants to kill the Xanathar, then there must be... No, you're getting
right.
You're getting me caught up. You're getting me caught up, Kane. Who's this woman?
You find her. Maybe she has some locations. Maybe she has some information. She was traveling through Waterdeep, got caught up in Evan's bullshit. And I pulled her aside to find
Evan's
out
bullshit.
who her
I
target
heard
was.
Evan was missing.
We're not talking about Evan right now. Find the woman named Valor. If she's here, she's probably looking for the Xanathar.
Valor.
Link up with her.
Valor,
But
looking
don't
for Xanathar.
use her name anywhere else with any other head honcho.
Well, what does she look like? What heritage?
She's a tiefling.
A tiefling woman.
She's very pretty, but she's very scary.
Oh,
She means business, so she'll probably cut your tongue out.
sounds
if
like my
you
kind of
decide
woman.
No, you're not allowed to have a fourth wife. We gotta get going. There
Well,
is no more
technically,
time for
yeah.
this.
Would it technically be my fifth? See, it would technically be my fifth. Thank you,
It would be.
Phoebe.
But you got divorced, didn't you?
Yeah, but what are we counting? Current wives or total wives? So, Valor, tiefling woman, was embroiled with Evan. Did they have anything going on? Her and Evan? Do you know?
I mean, no, I didn't ask, but here's the thing. Get your information that you need. Find us in Waterdeep, and I'll decide if this is a real lead or not. But I can't make promises to you.
Okay. Well, you give me some time. I'm gonna make a plan. I'm gonna find this woman. I'm really gonna discuss with her about what her findings have been. And I will make a plan. A real plan. A real plan. Not like when we're going into Bandon's Manor. And I told them that we had a plan. Whoo! We're
get
lucky
up
we
now.
made it out.
All right. It's best that we all get going before story time goes a little too long here.
Oh, but I love story time.
You won't like his
Oh,
stories.
you'll love this one.
Phoebe, you will not like his stories, I assure you.
Have you ever seen a man get disemboweled
I'm
over
going
the
to
course
pick
of
Phoebe
5
up and
minutes?
Start walking toward the exit.
Screaming the whole time, mind you.
Goodbye.
Now, imagine there are guards. Hold up. No, this is the good part. Imagine there are
Bye.
guards.
Goodbye.
And you gotta keep him quiet while he's getting his guts pulled out.
You're right, I wouldn't have liked that story. That's okay. That's not your fault.
Alright. So you leave Algernon's hovel and back into Skullport proper. He assures you that he will come up with a plan. He's going to find this tiefling woman, Valor, and talk to her about what she knows of Xanathar.
Wait, King. Why don't I just message her?
You can message her. Let her know to look for him. Maybe they'll get the information faster so we're not waiting around for longer.
Do you want me to message her like we're asking where she is? Or do you want me to message her letting her know that Fancy Hat is looking for her?
Tell her to look for a man named Algernon in Skullport. I'm pretty sure she's already nosing around down here somewhere.
Okay, I can do that. Okay.
And I don't think we need to give her much more than that because I'm pretty sure she'll humble him if need be. He's actually really harmless. He's an idiot, but he's harmless.
Should I be mentioning Xanathar or should I not be mentioning Xanathar?
You can drop the word Xanathar. It
Okay.
might make her a little more dedicated in finding him.
Okay.
You're using message?
I'm using sending.
Okay. I was going to say.
Yeah, no. So I'm gonna cast sending. Hi, it's Phoebe. We're in Skullport. Man named Algernon looking for you. It's about Xanathar. You're out of his league. Bye.
A moment passes, and then you hear a response. 25 words, huh?
Yes.
Sorry, did you say Kane's name?
No, I said, hi, it's Phoebe.
Okay. Phoebe, are you the one from... Then there's a pause. I understand. Algernon Skullport. Damn it, Kane.
I love her. So she messaged me back. She's not your biggest fan.
Just mad because I told her not to follow the lead, and now she's being told to follow the lead. Let's get the heck out of here.
Okay.
All right. So, we're going to shorthand your trip back out of the Undermountain. It's pretty uneventful. The bugbears try and harass you again. You got to explain to them that you're leaving and not coming in, and, you know, that's a whole thing. But you make it back out. Oh my goodness. Back into Waterdeep. What else would you like to do?
Would like to scream into a pillow and cry. Thank you.
On the way back, Temen's just gonna reach out to Kane.
I believe you are familiar with that fellow. Agronon.
Yes.
I would like to be honest. I do not want to deceive others and lie. This plan of his, involving the Xanathar, I do not feel like it is an honorable thing to do.
Well, there's a popular saying, Temmin, there's no honor among thieves, and the least I can say is he just wants to deceive the army of thieves down there. And sometimes, for the betterment of more lives than I can count, putting your morals on hold is something that I'm gonna quietly sneak a peek at Phoebe that we all have to do sometimes, whether we realize it or not.
While that may be true, and I have heard it from Sputs before, I am a paladin, not a thief. And I will uphold my honor. I will not interfere, if that is truly what you wish to do.
If we can gain allyship for them to take up arms to defend the citizens, then I will lie to all the thieves and all those stealing bastards to protect all those citizens and the families and stop the destruction against those cities. I have absolutely no problem with lying to them for the safety of others.
Just as you wish to lie to them. What is not to say that they will not lie to us and leave us when we need them most?
Oh, they'll leave, and we will handle it accordingly, but they can't survive. That's why the city of Skullport exists. They always go crawling back there. So once the job is done and they're all safe and everyone's safe, sure, there'll be a little bit more crime on the woods for a while, but they'll all go crawling back to Skullport and start picking each other's pockets again. I just don't see another way. The four of us can't go against an army, Temmin. I'm gonna look at his arm. If they can rip you apart, they'll rip me apart. And think what they'll do to Phoebe. Think what they'll do to everybody else.
Well, we should probably head back. I think we have to wait for our next move. But until then, we should regroup and relax.
And possibly make more friends.
Making
Cool.
friends is always good.
Hey, what's up, Timon?
Is your group the ones you were fighting with? Do you trust them?
Are you talking about back in Eberron?
Yes.
Of course. Most of us have known each other since we were children. And in Lord Tao's case, well, he's known us our whole lives. So, yes.
Just as I've known Julius and the others since I awoke. Do you consider your comrades to be honorable?
Yes. Why do you ask?
If they were thieves, would you be able to trust them?
I guess it depends. Are they stealing for the sake of stealing? Or do they have a genuine purpose?
Do the thieves of Skullport?
I'm actually not too sure about that. I'm gonna look over to Kane.
Kane, you said they don't always work for money. That under 3 fingers, sometimes they fight for other things. I will think upon it. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Nod my head in understanding.
Okay. It is about midday on the second day. The meeting of the Lord's Alliance is due to happen tomorrow. Is there anything else you would like to do before that time?
I have things I want to do when we're all back at the house, but nothing in town.
Samesies.
I would like to do a little shopping and kind of poke around and see if I can take on some gigs and use that to find out what's been happening in the town, since we haven't really spent much time inside the town since we've been back.
Okay. Anyone else?
Timon's just gonna go back and sit by Julius's tombstone and just meditate there for a while. Meditate.
Okay. Anything from Kane?
I think Kane's gonna go to the Gilded Nymph.
Ooh. Spicy. All right. So, Phoebe and Temmin are going back to the estate. Ko is going to go around the market district. And Kane is going back to the nymph. Well, we'll start with Ko.
Hello.
The shopping bit, getting items and such, we can deal with that off stream.
Mm-hmm.
Now, while you are wandering around, there are certainly people, the Waterdeep citizens. There are those that have been rebuilding in the center. You can tell the square actually has come a long way. The majority of the damage has been cleaned up, and a lot of it has been rebuilt. Even the memorial is coming along well. And you can find plenty of people either working or, milling about in their day-to-day. Things move quickly in the hearts of the citizens.
I think seeing people rebuilding would very much remind Ko of back home. And as he's walking around, the flashes of his village or other places where Kalashtar have settled down that have been attacked and overrun in the past by Inspired, and then them having to try and rebuild, and then just the survivors and even the just surviving architecture and stuff, trying to maintain and rebuild that. It's gonna give him some vibes, and he will try to lend his hand whenever possible. So whoever seems like they might be needing help putting stuff back together, he will try to give them as much help as he can.
Okay. Yeah, so you set about assisting in some of the reconstruction and the building. And they welcome the help. You know, all Waterdeep citizens are free to lend a hand to the reconstruction process as directed by Leyrol. Now, after, it's not long, maybe a half hour or so, one of the dwarves you've been working with, he pauses and he stares at you long and hard. I thought there was something about you. You're with the champion.
Yes.
Well, it is incredible to see you down here working with us.
It's not too much, to be honest. I feel now's the time for Waterdeep citizens to really unite.
I agree. We all need to come back together stronger than ever.
Exactly.
With what happened with the City Watch, and then the attack, there was a lot of turmoil and destruction, and, well, it's good to see us unified again.
Mm-hmm.
Many have risen up and are even volunteering on the Watch and volunteering to the rebuilding effort. I'd say we've been extremely successful, unlike those bastards in Neverwinter who still can't even clean up an entire district.
I feel like a lot of the riffraff of the politics and stuff tends to get in the way of things that really matter sometimes.
I agree.
I've actually been out of the city for a little while after the attack, and I was just coming down, to be honest, to see what's been happening, and I was really glad to see that things have been the reconstruction has begun. But you mentioned a lot of people trying to volunteer for the Watch. Is that right?
Yes, many are willing to lend their hand to aid the city. But I'd say not everything is great, unfortunately. Trade has slowed down, especially with the threat looming in the east.
Which threat is that?
Surely you've been away for a while. There's stories are coming in about these massively armored creatures. They move like a sea of destruction. But
as he says that, Ko starts thinking. Oh, man.
But, thankfully, just recently, it seems the silence of the gods has ended.
I did hear about that. Now, how do I put this? I am from somewhere very far away, and I'm not familiar with this world's pantheon in gods and goddesses. The silence, now that it's been broken, do you think there's a chance that, well, the impending doom of what's happening in the East, could that be halted? Would the divine beings actually intervene?
No. I would certainly hope so. The gods have been silent my entire life, since the spell plague, and maybe even a little further. But I am exceedingly young for a dwarf. He tugs on his beard. But if this is a large threat, surely the gods would lend us aid. Send us champions, much like our very own.
Indeed. Well, I hope, for everyone's sake, That you are correct, and the gods do intervene. Meanwhile, the rest of us, well, we're gonna try to do whatever we can.
Precisely.
Speaking of which, you wouldn't happen to be familiar with anybody in particular on the watch that I might be able to ask some questions of?
I don't know anyone specific. I do know they are open in the castle ward.
Thank you. I appreciate it. And if you need help with anything else, well, let me know. I'm more than willing, given the time, to assist. I know all too well what it's like to lose your home.
Oh, I'm certain one of the champion's companions is very busy. But we appreciate your work here today.
Well, then I'll be off. Thank you. And then I'll mosey on out of there.
All right. He is very grateful.
In Ko's mind, when he spoke about the armored army to the east, he's starting to think, fuck. This is bad. He knows what this is.
Oh. All right. Kane, walking north of the market district, you come upon a very familiar building to you. One with a lot of history and perhaps, what's the word? Baggage.
Yep. So I'm definitely gonna go there and stand outside of it for a minute, just kind of thinking about everything. I'll give it to chat. You might have noticed that Galandra's name was being thrown down a lot, and especially, basically, by losing her, he's losing connections. People are noticing the collar. It's like a lot that's kind of like falling on his mind right now.
Eric is outside doing his duties. And he sees you, Kane, and he kind of gives you a
Like a good regard or a bad regard?
kind of a indifference.
I'm gonna walk up slowly.
So, have you finally come back to us, Kane? Oh, sorry. Champion.
I hope you don't think that I left because I think I'm better than any of you.
Do I?
Come on, Eric. I've given my whole life to this place. And Galandra knows that if things were really bad, I wouldn't turn my back on her. But I realized something. Is that I was nothing more than a dog to her. Everyone saw it, even you. Is it so unfair that when I realize it, I drew my line in the sand?
I don't blame you. Just wish you visited more.
I'll put my hand out to shake his hand.
He grabs it in his own large hand.
I'm gonna shake his hand. Well, once it all quiets down and there aren't any more attacks on the city, I'll make sure I will visit. It's just been a little busy. Fortunately, I'm someone else's dog now, and I'm gonna point to the collar.
Yeah, it seems like it. I'm sure they have you running all over the place. Next thing we know, they're going to put you on the front lines.
And then one of these days I won't come home, just like all the other times I promised.
Then I
But
will be
seriously.
upset at you.
No hard feelings. And I'm gonna point, like, can I go in one last time? Or just sneaking in?
Yeah, I don't see why not. Whatever you need, friend.
I'm nodding my head and I'm gonna go in.
Familiar incense wafts in as you enter the Gilded Nymph. It's business as usual inside. But a fiery red-headed elven woman, Liliana, stops you as you step in the door, standing right in front of you, looking up at you, fearless. So you have nothing to say? You're just gonna stand there in the doorway and stare at me like a big oaf?
Are you mad at me too?
Am I mad at you, Kane? Am I mad at you? Have you been eating well? You seem stressed.
I've been eating. I am stressed. I am all those things. Your motherly instincts are still just as strong, I see.
Yeah, well, you were the only person I had left to take care of after... But anyways, we're still toiling away in here, doing our whoring duties, while you're off gallivanting around for who knows how long.
Yeah, it's not all as fun as they make it out to sound, I assure you. I'd much rather be among beautiful women.
Yes, and it seems so would everybody else in Waterdeep. When times are hard, we get very busy, it seems.
Nobody likes the reality out there. But I have to be here today to face the reality here.
Well, I know that Sarah has been seeing you and spending a lot of time up at your estate.
You are more than welcome to swing by. I'm sure Sebastian would love your energy. He matches it quite well.
I've heard of this young Sebastian. Maybe I will have to stop by. But regardless, I think... Well, if you're here to talk to Galandra, which I assume you are, she's been in a tough place.
Well, I know how she gets when she's in a tough place. I guess I should just leave her alone then.
Well, I mean, you came all this way.
I don't know if I'm ready to see her in a tough place. Because I don't know what I can do for her.
Well, then why did you come back? Here, don't let me block you in the doorway. She gestures you over to the bar.
I guess it was... at the risk of not giving out too much information or blowing my cover, it was more out of impulse.
Well, I think impulse would have acted sooner than 2 months.
Hey, well, when you're out straight for other people, you know how it is. But kicking down a lot of doors, getting bit by rats.
Oh. Well, tough place or not, if you came for a reason, then I think you should talk to her. But if you just came out of impulse, then I'll be sure not to let anyone know that you stopped by.
I'm gonna look down the hallway where I know Galandra's bedroom is. Do you think she'll be in a better place tomorrow morning? Tomorrow, maybe?
I don't know. She'll ever be in a better place, dear.
You can't say that. You can't say that about the Emperor.
You know, I wouldn't blame myself if I were you. From what we've heard, you've been doing a lot of important duties. And it seems your life has taken you to other places. If Galandra is spiteful or upset at that instead of proud of you like the rest of us are, well, I think that's her burden. You're not her mule anymore.
You know I'd still be there for her, right? If she wanted me there, but she never did. She never did.
Well, then that's unfortunate for her. But she never heard any of this from me.
I'll get up and I'll go walk down the hallway.
Okay. The gilded door to Galandra's quarters stands before you at the end of the hall. The two golden nymphs engraved stare back at you familiarly.
I'll open the door.
Okay. So, Kane, you open the door, and as you enter into Galandra's study, she is sitting on her love seat with a patron. They both look up at you, startled, suddenly. The man furrows his brow and looks at Galandra, who looks at you, shocked, in the moment. Kane, she closes her robe. I'm sorry, Mr. Pentagast, but we will have to continue our business later. She then ushers him out of the room. He...
Sorry about that. I was not informed that you had a guest and you were entertaining. I thought you were free.
Well, it wasn't on the books. She ties up her robe. So you just... She paces for a moment. And then you see that familiar look on her face when she comes to a decision about something. Kane, how I've missed you so. She then leans towards you and places a hand on your shoulder.
Not quite the broken mess you were made out to be either.
Oh, and who says that I'm a mess? If I'm a mess, it's because I'm just lost without you.
I'm gonna take my hand and I'm gonna pick up her wrist and move her hand off of me.
Oh. So, you don't see me for months, you just storm away, leave me high and dry with your new title, and then you come back and you treat me like this?
You can view what happened any way you'd like. I came back because I needed to let you know that I still care about you and this place. However, I cannot be at your beck and call. And I know you already knew that.
Kane, you've always been free.
I know.
We just need so much of your help here. Especially me.
But I gave you everything. Everything. And I couldn't even get dinner with you ever. I couldn't get any actual recognition, support, or genuine care from you. Ever.
I didn't know that's what you wanted. I thought you just preferred to live low. If I had known, I would have paraded your name through the streets.
You didn't have to. Because everybody knew that I was on your chain. Everybody knew I would do everything for you. You knew that. I can't accept that you didn't know. And it wasn't until I got the collar that I realized what I really was to you.
Come, Kane. You know I've always have valued you. Things just, they get hard here sometimes. I thought that with the collar, perhaps you could feel more welcome to parade around with me. I thought I was extending a courtesy, inviting you to the party.
You wanted to parade me around because I had a title now, and I could be paraded around. Listen, I have to cut this short. I have to focus on what I need to move forward, and I need to come here and just tell you that I'm sorry. If the Gilded Nymph needs anything, please don't hesitate to ask. But know there will be boundaries on that. Know that I will still help with limitations. This place is fine. You and I both know it. But more so, I needed to tell you because I think you need to hear this. To love someone is really nothing. To be loved by someone, that's something. And that's something special. But to be loved and to be loved back by the one you love, that is something that is everything. We did not have everything together. So, realistically, we are freeing each other to be everything for someone else, if that's ever what you choose to be. I'll never say I hate you, Calandra. We've been through too much. And I can still love you, but know that this relationship is not what can go on anymore. For both of us. But I love you and I love the girls. But I have to go.
I understand. I may not have treated you in the best way. But whenever you decide to come back home, we will be here.
I'll nod and take my leave.
Kane.
I wait.
I care about you deeply.
Yes. I have to go.
All right. Closing the door to Galandra's chamber behind you as you stand in the nymph, you feel this severing of a long string. And are you returning to the estate?
Yeah.
Okay. As you are leaving, Liliana hands you a care package, as usual. And she doesn't say anything, but she gives you a look and a nod. And smiles before returning to her work. And when you leave, Eric, outside the door, looks at you. We have everything covered here. You look like you need some rest.
It's nice when somebody notices. And I'm gonna head out.
All right. Well. While Kane was dying inside and Ko was rebuilding back at the estate, we have Temin and Phoebe.
You first.
Oh, okay. Okay, thank you, kind sir. So Phoebe and Temin head back to the estate, are most likely greeted by Sebastian in his Sebastian way.
Your
Phoebe's
S's are so piercing.
Phoebe's gonna head upstairs. And before she goes to her room, does she know which room is Kane's?
Yeah.
Okay. So she's gonna go into Kane's room. She's gonna go to the foot of his bed. She's gonna shuffle through her bag, and she's gonna take out the two gift wrapped articles of clothing, the two scarves that she got from the store, and she's gonna leave them side by side neatly on the foot of his bed, and she's gonna take out a little scrap of paper, and she's gonna write a note, and she's gonna leave it in between the two of them, and she's also probably, well, Sebastian probably already took care of it, but she's gonna like look around and see if any plants need tending to before remembering this isn't her room and then backing out.
All right. Adorable. I'm sure Kane will love that when he gets back. Temin, as you meditate, are you meditating at the shrine that you all built for Julius? Okay.
As Temin is doing this, he is remembering things. He is kneeling with the great sword hilt at his forehead, and he's just remembering everything. Thinking about the various enemies he's fought, the people he's come across, seeing people that have fought in war for their people, and yet turning around and robbing the same people they were meant to protect, thieving from them, and feeling conflicted inside. But as he remembers that, there's sort of a strange aura about him as his eyes start to flicker. he feels this warmth and this rage starting to boil over. But it's more like a sense of what's the word? Resolve. Thinking that
I will never become like them. Julius has taught me to always protect the people I am sworn to protect.
and as he does that, his whole body begins to heat up, and there's almost like a steam coming off of him. And
Cain is right. I am but one warforged, and they are many. And the strength of the Eastwind Battalion, it lives on inside.
and he begins to go into this strange state that's almost like a renewed rage about him as his body begins to heat up even more, and his eyes begin to flicker even more, and there's like these strange spectral forms starting to glow behind him, but you can't really see what it is, and his eyes just kind of shut out. And he just continues to think some more, and that's it.
Okay. Would Temin stay there until he hears his companions, or does he get up eventually?
He does get up eventually.
Okay.
And then standing up, he would walk towards, put the greatsword back on his back, and start to walk towards the main entrance, where, the main gate or entrance of the estate, and wait there patiently
Okay.
for Cain and company to return.
As you stand and wait, you hear a familiar voice behind you. I have not seen anything quite like that.
I turn around.
It's Sebastian.
Which part of it?
Well, you seem to have some kind of spiritual guardians watching over you. I'm not sure. But I could feel this this rage, anger, frustration coming from you. It was interesting. I've known a few barbarians, so I also know when that frustration turned into focus. And I'm not sure if you're aware of it, but I certainly saw something.
Ko has mentioned that my allies, no matter how far they are
Thumping his chest.
still in here, even if they have passed on. And when I remember them, I can remember the ferocity and the fierceness of the way we fought. And it feels as if they are fighting alongside me still.
The bond of brotherhood is certainly strong. I know with Ko's people scattered to the four winds, he is still strong in his resolve. It is good to see you strong in yours as well.
Thank you, Sebastian.
Do you require anything from me? Perhaps a refreshment?
No, I do not, but thank you for asking.
Of course. He, oh, go ahead.
I have one question for you.
Yes.
What is loyalty to you?
Loyalty, in my opinion? Well, I believe that loyalty is that which sticks people together. And that adhesive can be really anything. But importantly, it has to be a commonality. I have a loyalty to my champion, to Cain. I would do anything for him, and I do everything I can. And I would give my life if required. And my loyalty to him comes from my belief that in my servitude I am aiding my people of Waterdeep and the people at larger of Faerun. I'm sure that you had loyalty with your brethren, and there was something amongst you all that held you together. Why do you ask?
Commonality. And a belief. Perhaps that is what is needed for the thieves to come together.
For
To be
thieves
loyal.
to come together. Well, they do say honor among thieves, don't they?
I remember Sputs mentioned something funny once. He said, "Don't ever try to backstab me. Because I know how to backstab best." But if you have my back, I'll have yours too.
Well, it sounds like he trusted his allies and trusted his capability to dole out a punishment if need be.
I think I finally understand. Thank you, Sebastian.
Well, it is my job to aid the champion and his allies.
Remember, Sebastian,
And I put a hand on his shoulder.
your loyalty extends to the champion and the people of Waterdeep. But you are also a person of Waterdeep.
Yes?
And just as the champion exists to protect them, we are here to protect our friend, the champion. That
Yes.
extends to you as well.
I believe. Now, this is just me. And of course, as he looks over his shoulder, there's nobody else around. And Phoebe is somewhere inside the estate. Just between us. I think that you all have been brought together for a reason. And I think that you all have profound loyalty to one another, despite seemingly being strangers. Only recently.
Perhaps it is because of our commonality and our beliefs, Sebastian.
Perhaps. Well, the champion should be here soon. And evening is coming. I will go prepare us a supper.
Yes. Please, do not let me stop you.
He then bows and makes his exit.
Just gonna head and just stand there right by the gate. Even if it takes till nightfall, he's just gonna stand there and wait for his allies.
Okay. Well, Phoebe, you said you had something when everyone was together?
Oh no, I already did the thing.
That was your thing?
That was, yeah.
Okay. Well, Ko is the first to return.
What do I see upon my arrival?
You see a stalwart warforged awaiting his companions like a loyal canine would.
I was gonna say like a puppy, yeah.
How's everything going with you, Temin?
It is going well.
Did you have fun bowling?
I do not know if that was meant to be fun, but it was certainly different.
Cannonballing.
What about yourself, Ko? How was shopping? Or going around town?
I actually didn't do much shopping. I instead spent my time helping the citizens of Waterdeep. They're rebuilding after the attack and everything. And seeing the site, it reminded me of home and some of the wars and battles fought. Speaking of things, apparently there are, it can wait until everybody's back. Where's Phoebe and Kane?
Phoebe is already inside.
Okay, good. So now we just need our big blue friend.
Yes, I have not yet seen Kane.
Well, I do have some news, but I'll share it when all of us are here.
Perhaps at dinner. Sebastian is currently fixing us dinner.
Of course he is.
And then
I was going to ask, how about we resume our training while we wait for Kane to show up? The independent training that they did way back with the blindfolds and the knives.
Certainly, Ko.
Very nice. Gotta go set up. We're gonna try this shit again.
I do have something I wish to show you.
Oh. And that would be?
Sebastian said that there was something strange about me earlier.
I agree.
I think was when I felt my sense of rage. But it has now become a new resolve.
You intrigue me to no end. I've only met a couple of Warforged, and they, for the most part, were very, how do you say, strict in how they operated. So, seeing you in all the various forms of expression that you've displayed, I find to be very intriguing. And that, I think, is what, well, at least from my perspective, is what I find weird about you. But continue.
I'm going to take a couple steps back, swinging my greatsword over. I'm going to slam it into the ground and stab into the ground.
Like, what the fuck? Exactly. Weird. Just doing shit.
And as his eyes start to flicker, you see the aura around him as he starts heating up. And there's an energy around him as Temin goes into a strange focused state of rage. And there's like a pulse of energy around him. And from where you see his chest, there's like a glowing of energy as his eyes and his whole body lights up. It's almost like vibrating off energy. And behind him, you start to see specters appear. And there's a wall of Warforged standing behind him. And Julius, also the spirit of Julius behind him.
I think Ko's like, he's kind of awestruck. And he's kind of just looking with a lot of intrigue, especially the spirit of Julius behind him. Wow. When did you discover you could do that?
And just as his rage lets off, like steam, his eyes just flicker out again and the spirits disappear.
I think it was after much thought and finally accepting Julius's passing and what you told me about them always being with me, Ko.
Well, wait. So does that mean that the other spirits, they were your other companions?
Yes, I'm afraid so.
So, wait. There were theories about the existence of Warforges. And a lot of us speculated that you guys were soulless machines, puppeteered through magics of sorts. But obviously, since I've met you, I've known that to be less and less true. And then actually seeing those spirits, it kind of makes me wonder how dissimilar we are, or rather how similar we might be. We Calistar are bound to spirits, and, well, obviously you are as well.
Phoebe, Uh, if you were even remotely looking out a window, you would have seen this. And Ko, you actually, it starts to come back to you as you think it over. Warforged and Souls. And you remember the second time Temin had fallen unconscious on the top of the tower. Ardea had attacked his unconscious body and mocked him to the effect, stating that he didn't need a soul to be more powerful than him, and that he realizes now. Or then.
Timmy, you don't have any memories of your creation or how you came to be? Nothing?
I do not. I simply remember waking up and meeting the others.
Well, somehow, even here in Toro, the mystery of your existence continues to elude me, and knowing you and seeing you just adds more to it. You, well, formerly thought you were soulless. Turns out you harbor more than just one soul. Damn.
I do not quite understand it. But the last memory, or rather the first memory I have, aside from meeting the others, is nothing but darkness and the sounds of gears turning as if it was a clock. And when I think about the others, it feels as if the gears themselves are turning again.
That is that's not too unfamiliar. At least if I'm thinking about this correctly.
Kane, you enter the precipice of the estate to find Temin and Ko in the courtyard talking to one another.
I'll clear my throat and interrupt them, I guess.
Oh, here's Kane.
Welcome back.
And aren't you boys having all the fun outside?
Yes, actually, I'm just learning a lot today from this guy.
Me as well from Ko.
Look at that, we're bonding.
I feel like we're always learning a lot from each other.
Phoebe runs outside.
Okay.
Oh, hey, guys, I saw... Oh, hi, King. You're back from town. What are you guys doing out here?
Talking about souls.
They were talking about souls.
He's
Yes.
gonna duck back inside.
What have you been up to, Mr. Big Blue?
Me? Well,
Yes,
I just went and said hi to some old friends, that is all. And they're all doing well, so that's good.
Are any of them going to assist us in our battles?
Unfortunately, those aren't the friends. I don't have many groups. So
It's okay.
like that. So what about you? What did you guys all do?
I went into town. I was gonna go shop. I ended up helping people rebuild some of their property. And then, well, since all of us are here now, I also found out that there are likely warforged, like an army marching east, or coming in from the east, I should say. If that's accurate.
You've all heard bits and pieces at this point about something going on to the east, towns being attacked, these armored warriors.
I would say for Ko, or yeah, I guess in this moment, now that the rumors have been happening more and more, they give him the thoughts of what he would hear back home. And now he's feeling like with a lot of certainty that the army is definitely of a warforged variety, and they are coming hard and heavy.
Well, that is not good, and definitely something that we will have to bring up to the lords.
Yeah, when you do so, if we're not allowed in the room with you again, please stress that if they do not take action soon enough, everything will be destroyed. Obviously, I don't need to tell you guys that Ardea, do we know his name? Sorry, I don't care.
Ardea?
Yeah.
He mentioned it several times.
Okay, Ardea, the Warforged we've been encountering. If there's any more like him, then we're screwed.
All I know is that they really like killing things, so seems to be the race.
It's what they were designed to do, for the most part.
I'm just gonna shake my head like I don't even know where to start.
Will you hear the ding of a...
Change
The dinner ding?
Yes, Temin?
I was gonna say,
Do you ever think we could change that part of them so that we have a commonality?
I suppose it's possible. Well, like I said, you seem to be an anomaly of sorts. I have no idea what makes you different from them, but the fact that you have your connection to souls, well, souls are all very unique in my experience. So yeah, I would say anything's possible.
Well, before, when the others looked upon me, and I went to serve with Julius, they said I was defective. That there was something wrong with me. That my desire to kill was not like the others. Perhaps that is what you mean by anomaly.
That, I feel like that would track. That would track in my experience. Like I said, I haven't come across any others who displayed, well, even a fraction of emotional range and spiritual connection as you do.
the anomaly and the exception to the rule, then maybe we have our answer then, and the others can't be swayed.
That's also the other possibility.
I don't know anything about Warforge, really, except they're really strong, and apparently they'll kick my ass. But if what Temin's saying is his uniqueness is because he's more aware, because he has a moral guide, maybe they made sure to remove that. But I don't know. I don't know.
Either way, whether they have souls or moral compasses, as long as they are intending to wage war, it doesn't matter. We don't have the time to sway them, even if they were swayable. And whoever's controlling them or leading them has some sort of agenda that we still don't fully know the scope of. And we need allies.
Let's not dwell on this any further.
Agreed. I
And
believe dinner is ready.
just in time, not delayed a moment, the dinner bell rings as Sebastian beckons you all inside. And we are going to call that the end of this episode of Fancie's Fables. However,
It was too emotional for a cliffhanger.
Yeah.
no
Would you like to hear a
cliffhangers.
joke now?
Before we hear that joke and that levity, I'm going to hold grasp on this moment for a little bit longer. And we are going to fade into
Where's that fucking epic music? Shit.
a mountain range stands between a city and destruction. For the time being, this army of machines, these warforged, the likes of which Toril has never seen, have been waging destruction on small towns and villages. But Cormier stands prepared, for they have seen firsthand the might of this army, and they prepare themselves for what is to come. A general for this army stands with his leader in the Sunset Mountains in Darkhold, within a tower controlled by Rexiva. Ardea stands with his master, eager for battle.
Fret not, Ardea. I recognize them now. Yes. The fighters from Waterdeep. The very same on top of Tirith Island. It seems their fates have become intertwined in our goals. I will not stop you in your next encounter. You may kill them all.
Ardea grips his blade, staring down at the war table, a map of Faerun sprawled across it. One flag in Cormyr, the other in Baldur's Gate. And that is the end of this episode of Fancie's Fables. Temin, I do believe you have some brevity for us.
Well, let me bring it in for you guys. In true to form fashion for Temin.
Why did the wizard fall down the stairs while casting a spell?
Why?
Yes, why did the wizard fall down the stairs while casting a spell?
I think I know the answer. But tell it to me anyways.
Because he missed a step.
I knew I was gonna say it!
In here I thought you were going to say something along the lines of, it wasn't a can't trip.
Oh my god.
I hate both of them.
That's good. That was a good one.
I was, Grace, I was!
You're picking up on the humor.
Because I used Mystic. Anyway.
Thank you guys so much for hanging out. I know we had a little bit of a fumble. That's not our show. But the internet decided to crap out on us. But I appreciate you all coming back regardless, as we tried to maneuver our way through some interesting courtship involving modified bowling and very excitable rogue. But yes, next week our party is going to be meeting with the Lord's Alliance to discuss the threat looming in the east.
And remember, everybody, you don't reverse take it easy on somebody when they're taking it easy on you.
Yes, yes.
Yes, you don't do that.
It hurt me because
I loved Ko's reaction to Temin was like, yo, no, we're not gonna do that. Like, don't do that.
We don't do
Cole-
that here.
Ko was dad that whole interaction. By the way, he was like, no, you get over here. No, you get over here. No, you guys get over here.
Like
That
God
halfling
damn
was
it.
going to stab your asses right there, right in the middle of it.
I was thinking about that true crime where that guy literally waited outside of a fucking
Oh my
arcade
God.
and killed the other guy because
Oh
of
my
a
God.
fucking like quarter game. I was like,
Mhm.
this fucking halfling is gonna wait outside and stab the shit out of us.
Oh
Go ahead
my
and try it. See
God.
what happens. Bartholomew versus Booker, bitch. I know
Oh my
more
God,
about
the
my
cat-
coin.
Bartholomew.
The
Oh my gosh, shut the fuck up.
the fact that Phoebe basically threatened this fucking halfway
Dude,
was like, yo.
it's like her competitive side. Like when it comes to business, she gets
Dead.
mad competitive.
I loved it.
I gotta see this clip. Hold on.
Terrifying.
I loved it, but Kane really just needed us to be on our best behavior.
And they were, in fact, literally when Temin threw the ball backwards, I was so
I was
tempted
like-
to go, I'm sorry I bothered you. I'll
If Phoebe had another shot to bowl, she was gonna wild shape into a bear and throw that motherfucker.
Oh my
I am
God.
so embarrassed on behalf of myself and these people. I will leave now.
Yes,
That
I
was
will,
just
I will
too
exit your
funny.
premises.
That I rolled in that one. I was like, fuck.
That shit was fucking hilarious. Oh my God.
There's
I-
an idea now.
Yes, there's an Ardea art. Dude is a badass. He's a monster.
Yeah.
A fucking monster. I, as always, love this party so much. I love the characterization. I love the drama. I don't
So
even
much
know.
drama.
There doesn't
There's a
even need to be a plot. Let's just follow the characters.
Do with the characters.
So much drama tonight.
Live the chaotic life.
Yeah. I am very excited for next week. We are going to see some big stuff coming up, and our next guest, one of the viewers, will be joining us in 2 weeks' time.
Ooh.
You want to know who it is?
I want to know who it is.
Well, then make sure you show up in 2 weeks.
You.
I can do it. I can do it.
Yeah!
That's
Fucking team.
Got him.
So until then, nope, don't take a break. Until then, always remember, stay fancy.
He said it. He fucking said it. He said it.
Yes. There
Said
you
it, fucking said it.
The guest is gonna come back as Meepo. I see it.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Show me the
Our
body.
first
Show me the
ally.
body.
Our first ally.
I will never message that man.
Message Evan. You talk to
Ben.
Evan.
Tell me to, bitch.
Evan and Meepo come back riding Calcrix.
Oh my god.
I hope
Yes.
there's like one of those like oil paintings of them.
Evan
With no
shirtless with
shirts on.
long flowing
His
hair.
robe is flowing in the wind. All right, get the heck out of here.
Calcrix
Meepo
has a
just
six-pack
long
for some
flowing
reason.
lock.
Oh my
He's got
god.
one hair.
Fabio hair.
Oh
I
my
see that
god.
for Meepo,
Oh
and it's
my
amazing.
All right,
I
all
will
right.
draw it.
Get the hell out of here. You all have a great night, and we'll see you next week. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.